videos, so it will be great, to give you some good information, help you guys. And yeah, I mean, not much going on. It's kind of like looking, the week is finished and we want to look over and see what's going to happen next, right? So this is the Bitcoin CME chart. Would you look at that? It closed exactly at the previous wick. Interesting, right? So it's weird how that worked out. So you can see exactly where I drew this liquidation box. We are touching the top of my box and the wick has gone to the bottom. So that's a good box I drew, I'll tell you that. So after that, we have to look at the Bollinger Band. So we started a few days ago closing the 3 day below the topside Trollinger band, and now we have just closed the weekly below it. So that is a change of structure. Obviously something bearish. I do think obviously that's not going to be the same on it's not going to be the same on here because we'll close this in a day, but I do think that, if it's happening, CMEs is pretty significant in Bitcoin. So if it's happening on CMEs, I think it will happen on normal price. So sorry about that. So let's go into the lower time frames and see what we've got, right? So we'll go on this chart here. Let's start with the 4 hour, bring back everything. Boom. All right, so we've nicely based off my box here. So it's bounced up and down from the box. We have got a few wicks below down to this area here, and we're bouncing up again. And yeah, that's basically, you know, people will call this a double bottom, but what you have to notice is that a double bottom is only significant if you put in a higher high, right? I mean, if you look at this, this is basically almost, this could be, you could look at this like at this, depends where you're taking from. This could be just flat like this, right? If you're taking from the candle bodies, which is kind of sort of declining, or you can look at this as a lower high structure, which will be very relevant on the 1 hour, right? So if we look at the 1 hour, we can see, all right, look at this, we're getting a lower high structure, right? Here, like this, something that will look like this. And if you drag this across, what do you know? It is making, some sort of triangle. I never use triangles because they are useless. It is basically structure. If you can't see structure, then, you need to go and practice technical analysis, because let me teach you guys here, give you a quick lesson. Look at this without the line. You can see that obviously this is descending. Obviously, if it breaks below this low here, we are changing structure, right? And it's going to break down. It's broken past the last low. Why do you need to draw a triangle? If it breaks to the upside, right? Okay, so if I draw this triangle in here, obviously if it breaks, comes down here, bounces and breaks to the upside. Where's the upside? The breakout is here. It's probably gonna break past the last high, and you're probably gonna get faked out, because what can happen is, look, this is the last high here. Let me show you this. This is the triangle. Watch. So if we come something like this, bounce, and then we get a breakout, everyone's like, oh yes, we have a triangle breakout, right? And then it comes up, everyone's happy, and then it reaches the last high and rejects. What are you gonna do now? So I don't really like to trade like that, right? So it doesn't make sense. But just for visual, right? People like geometry. It helps them see. So no, I'm not against that. Looking at the RSI, we can see that in the RSI we had bullish divergence between this point and this point, and that played out with on the 1 hour. This is with a nice $500 move. Now we are rejecting my 50 moving average. On top of that, I think Stokes will be turned down. Probably won't allow me because I didn't pay. Yeah, Stokes turning down. 4 hour Stokes. They are turning up, which is interesting. But remember, we're looking at the opposite. So the 1 hour will lead into the 2 hour. That will lead into the 4 hour. But you can kind of see it's a bit weak. Uh, you can see the 2 hour that will lead into the 3 hour and so on. RSI here is actually forming what we know as bearish divergence. So this will be a little bit bearish divergence, but hidden. A little bit complicated to comprehend. I'll try show you guys. So bullish divergence, we can see price is going down here. Price is going down. You see that? But in the indicator, if we go to the 1 hour, in the indicator, we can see the RSI is going up. But now if you look from this point to this point, all right, from this point to this point, so we'll go on the 4 hour. I'll show you how this hidden. So that bearish divergence was from up there. Now we can see actually this point and this point is going up, but that point and so these points are going down, taking from the wicks because it's hidden. These are from wicks, right? So this the price is going down, but in the indicator the divergence is going up. So that actually is hidden bearish divergence because and the reason why the indicator doesn't get this is because it works off candle bodies, right? So it's working off the bodies from here to here. But that's not really bearish, right? It's kind of flat. But if you take it off the wicks, price is actually going down, and this is what we call hidden bearish divergence. So I think basically what I'm expecting, so we'll wrap this up now. I've shown you a few things. What I'm expecting now is Bitcoin might come down here, test this base here, might also pop up to the 17. We're basically in a range. I'm not going to call anything. I'm just going to say we range. If we come down to the base here, we're going to bounce back up. I don't think we will break it because it's the end of the week, but you know, weekend shenanigans is very possible to happen. If we break it, the next targets are around this 15,412 to 15,550. I would like to make a liquidation box because price will never reach your exact point, to be honest. 15,550. So somewhere around there, and that's where I expected the next target. Uh, we can remove these. These are relevant only in the short term. And yeah, I mean, if we break above this 4 hour closure above this, then I look extension to 18,200. If we break about above 18,200, then that's the end of this. I will not be bearish on a daily closure above 18,200, but I'm just giving you ranges. It's pretty obvious every time we break a range. To be honest, I can't see anything that we are indicating more downside. I don't know if we'll break this or not. It's not clear to me. There's nothing indicating. I would like to see what happens when we break it. We might wick below. Same how we touch this area here. No any issues there. And basically, guys, Bitcoin is looking bearish. I think this is gonna have a greater pullback, and I'm gonna show you something now that's quite scary. And I think that we're just gonna go sideways and down eventually. In 2017, I've shown in my videos it take 2-3 months for these pullback to happen. But I want to show you guys this. Check this out. Let's go here. Let's remove uh, our drawings and let's go to the 3 day. Look at this. So in the 3 day on the HPV, we have got to really low reads. Can you see, guys see that? So we've got to very low reads here, like 1 digit. You can see, look at this, 2.8, really low, 11, and now we've just expanded. We've just come above the moving average, right? And now that we're starting to expand. Now let me show you when that happened the last time. Here, look, we got to really low reads. And then we started expanding. And when we expanded, Corona dump. Boom. Another example without a black swan event would be here. Not such as low, but I'm talking about double digit, right? Double digit read, 15, 12, around that area. It started expanding, got above the moving average. Boom, dumped. So those are just a few examples, and the same thing is happening here. Sharp downturn, getting very hot up here. Look, the last time we saw it up there was here in 2019. So now that we've got back up there, harsh dump, all momentum is turning down. Plus, with this stuff starting to expand and get over, it is aim for now. This doesn't imply direction, but this is looking like it wants to come to the downside. Now my target, I told you my next target is 15.5, and when it gets there, or if it gets there, we'll have a look. But I'm not a person like the moon who's gonna say it's gonna go up or gonna go down, but we are ranging, guys. But what I'm gonna say is most things are looking like it wants to go to the downside. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a good weekend and remember, trade sharp. Thanks, guys.